I was a cop for 10 years, and I got to do forensic accident reconstruction. So everything from little fender benders on the roadway all the way up to a full-blown reconstruction that spends the next 5 years going through litigation. And so I have a lot of questions about a lot of the different things that we're talking about today, specifically with some of the level 4 and above autonomous vehicles. So we know that most of the time, if an autonomous vehicle, fully autonomous level 4 or above, is involved in some sort of collision, it's more than likely going to be the result of human error. But we also know that these things are going to happen regardless of whether we like it or not. So my question is that boots on the ground cop who's got to go figure out how to sort out this whole mess in the middle of rush hour traffic on a Friday afternoon is, can you talk a little bit about, and I guess this first question is to Ms. Kane, can you talk a little bit about just some of those basic things that a cop would do in a collision involving two manned vehicles, driver's license, registration, proof of insurance, dash camera footage, things like that. Can you talk about how that process happens for the boots on the ground cop with an autonomous vehicle that has no driver in it?
Yeah, it's a good question, and it's an important question. It's essential. I mean, one of the things that I think I'll point out to you is in the draft, the discussion draft that's under consideration, the Self-Drive Act, I think there's a recognition of the importance of getting this right. And so as you look at the bill, you'll see that there are a couple of places where this interaction with law enforcement is captured. It's identified, I think, as a key element of the safety case. It's also reflected as a key ADS competency. So I think everyone's aligned in needing to figure out what this looks like and get information into the agency about how it will unfold.
Awesome, and I know I talked about crashes here. There's a lot of other categories that come to mind. Fender benders where the vehicles are drivable. We've all seen the signs on the roadway: move minor crashes out of the roadway. How do I do that with an autonomous vehicle? I come from Colorado. We get snow. We have hills, so two-wheel drive cars get stuck sometimes, or somebody else's two-wheel drive car gets stuck, and then I got to figure out how to open the roadway up here with a bunch of stalled vehicles scattered all over the lanes of traffic. So those are some of the things that I'm thinking about, and so I just want to make sure that we continue to have that very, very intentional emphasis on how the boots on the ground first responders who have to sort this all out, that they're not going to be forgotten in this conversation. Pivoting on from there a little bit to Mr. Hanvey. Last question is for you. We also have today the PART Act to address the scourge of catalytic converter theft across the country. Again, I was a cop. I took lots of reports about these things here. It's a particular problem that Colorado has grappled with, being the #1 state in the nation for auto theft multiple times over the last 5 years, being the #2 state in the nation for property crimes, and having a major, major problem with catalytic converter theft as a part of that crime tsunami in Colorado. Quite often the result of some of these statewide Democrat soft-on-crime policies. Our Attorney General, Phil Weiser, just a few years ago on camera remarked, and this is a quote here, people should only be kept in jail after, here's the quote, someone commits a third or fourth car theft in 3 months, end quote. And then talking about catalytic converter theft, our sitting Attorney General said, this is a quote, purchasing insurance that covers your catalytic converter if stolen, end quote, is the best way to prevent this. So I'm heartened by the PART Act actually taking this problem seriously, because I've seen the impact that this has on my constituents and real people who have a catalytic converter sawed off and have to wait 9 months because of a parts backlog to go get a replacement catalytic converter, and their vehicle's down the whole time, denying them transportation to jobs, health care, so many other things. So can you talk from the perspective of the Auto Care Association? Are you ready to go today with all of the logistics, helping drivers get VIN stampings on their catalytic converters and other different procedures? Are you ready to go? Is the Auto Care Association ready to go if we were able to make these funds available?
We think that's a very important issue, and as a matter of fact, as an association, we have had seminars on this catalytic converter issue specifically. Are we ready to go and have VIN stamping immediately done? We are not quite ready for that, but we're more than willing to work with the committee on rules, regulation, enforcement. We take it very seriously, and we would most certainly be a willing participant in that.
Awesome. Anything we can do to help you get ready to go, super important to me.